You got an audible. Audible.
It's not even working. And we're back with another episode of the Student Media Podcast. I am your co-host, Deacon Tuttle, joined by the enigmatic, the electric. I say it every time because he doesn't believe that he's electric, but he is. I'm going to think of a new one for next week. Get ready for it. But it's Evan Couch.
Electric couch.
Electric couch. It's quite expensive,
That kind of sounds like that could be a... Actually, no, I'm not going to dive into that.
Okay.
I'm not going to say what that could be.
There you go. We're back. It's just us this time. We're getting back to our old groove. It's been a while since we've been in the old studio sorts.
Just a little bit. I apologize for our terrible studio lighting. The crew that usually runs this place is not present at the moment, and
they're not doing their job. They're not maintaining
they're
the facility.
They're used to the virtual facilities that I've been running, but with this new angle and this terrible lighting, you can kind of get a better glimpse of the crap that I have on my shelf in this studio.
There you go.
Like my awesome Ellensburg Chevrolet bat that I found at Goodwill. This is my
Sponsored by Goodwill. No, actually.
No free advertisements.
No free
advertisements.
But yeah, we're keeping it real this week. We're gonna go off the dome. We're gonna talk about how our life's going. What the student media happenings have been recently. Because we're active in pretty much every single one. We're there for Pulse. But I'm writing for Observer. We're doing Central News Watch together. As you guys have already seen that. We're 3 stories in technically.
You actually are doing all 3 student medias. Like technically you are.
Technically.
Because you're not writing for Pulse, but you're in Pulse and you have written for Pulse.
True.
I have never written for Pulse, but I've been in Pulse for like the last 3 quarters.
Yeah, isn't that a little cheap?
No, because I'm like head honcho of this thing right here. Like I started this again. Let me say I revamped it. I revamped it. The person who ran it before, I don't even know still don't know their name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One of these times.
You did a great job. Nothing against you. It's just me. I terrible with names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a legacy here for sure. So we don't want to. No disrespect.
No disrespect at all.
But yeah, that's what we've
building off your foundation.
We've been doing. It's a lot of work. We actually just got back from Central News Watch a little while ago, reviewing some of our footage. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm the leader of the class.
Yeah.
Apparently, everyone has appointed me the leader of the class just for no reason. Everyone looks to me.
Nate. His new name is Nate. By the way,
I am Nate. Terry. For everyone
when you watch this, Terry.
She for some reason calls me Nate by accident, and she said she did it again today. So I finally said something about it. We all were like, "Who? Like, is she talking to me?" And they're like, "Is she talking to Evan?" They're like, "Who's Nate?"
Everyone in the class is looking around.
She looks at me and she's like, Evan, you're Evan." It's like, that I am, but I can be Nate now. And she said it's because it's actually
he was very wholesome.
Very genuine.
Yeah.
Very genuine. Yeah. It says genuine right there.
Oh, I see. I was like, are you handing this off to me?
No, this is my bat. This is the microphone.
Okay. Oh,
she said it was because her son's friend growing up was named Nate, and she thinks that I look like him. So I guess I'm Nate now.
Very endearing. Well, yeah, I guess we can talk a little bit about what we've done in Central News Watch so far. We did the day in a life story, which could be a little playful, just seeing what we got going on. And then last week, I did a story covering the weather in Ellensburg concerning the baseball team and their traveling to California and how they have been practicing on rec fields, the football field, and finding gym time at Ellensburg or training time at Ellensburg High School as well early in the morning. And this last week, I covered Windy City Toys and Collectibles. A little Warhammer, Lord of the Rings minifig
right?
shop. Newer during COVID.
Oh.
So they're still establishing themselves. But
I seriously thought it was new, as in this year.
Not brand new. But they are doing new things. They're offering D&D now on Fridays, and they give DMs for that too. They provide all the entertainment and people that
DMs. What's that?
A dungeon master. So people that want to tell the stories, you just walk in there and they'll create the whole experience for you. And
so you can customize it to be exactly the way you want, or can you give them pointers and then they kind of set it up for you?
That I'm not actually sure. They just said that they provide everything. They're like, you could just walk in there, don't really know what's going on, and you're gonna have a fun experience for you.
Well, what does dungeon master entail?
So
that's what I want.
If people aren't inclined to are privy to what Dungeons and Dragons is usually like. They have a DM or a GM, a game master or a dungeon master, and they set up all the terms and conditions of the story. So say, you're in this world, like my friend is doing this currently. He named the place, actually for copyright reasons, I won't say, maybe he gets big one day, but he named this continent, right? And we are all slayers of demons. And he said, write your backstory, do this.
And you partake. You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
just for them.
Yeah. They're creating, you can create maps online. You can do it all in your head. You can get minifigures. You can do the whole deal, and have music running and really get into character. Supposed to role play, and try to get in the head of that to really immerse yourself in the experience. And they provide a lot of that there at Windy City. So on Friday nights. So I cover a little bit about them. Bailey Strom, very nice guy, great owner.
Bailey Strom. The entire time I kept reading that title, I read it as Bailey Storm.
Dude, my brain, that's when I said the other day, I think realization, I may potentially have elements of dyslexia. I don't know. I think the last couple months I've just really been switching around things, but
that is
awesome. I don't know if that's awesome.
Now, is it gonna be like Percy Jackson dyslexia, where you can?
I actually just found out I'm a demigod, guys. Yeah, that's my.
Now, if you're reading Greek, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you're reading that, then you're good. But if you start reading Latin and stuff, it might be a little concerning.
It might be a little
concerning. So, get some holy water on you. We don't want any demons taking over.
No, we do not. That is not the space for the student media podcast at all. Maybe honestly, frankly, it should be anywhere, but
the show stinks.
That's where we're at, guys. It's been a long day, but we're having fun. We're still enjoying it. Let's talk about what you got going on here.
Well, let me give some clarification as to why we're doing this the way we're doing this right now. Is because it is currently Tuesday, February 7th, I believe.
Yes.
As students in student media, we're very busy. We have a lot of things going on. And we've done very, very well, I would say, thus far about getting guests on our show. And it's not that we didn't get guests for this week. It is just that we figured it could be a week where we would wind down a little bit.
Cool down, yeah.
We have a lot of things going on, so we're working on a lot of different things. And I'm heading home this weekend on the west side. It's a Super Bowl weekend. So for me, Super Bowl weekend is like a holiday for me. You can't really see around my room, but there's football stuff everywhere. I got 2 football helmets up there. What do I need football helmets for? I don't know. I just have them because I like them and they're cool. So the Super Bowl is a big deal to me, and I go home to celebrate it every single year. So I kind of wanted it to just be a clean slate. I just wanted to get all my work done as early as possible so I could just go home and do nothing this weekend and just enjoy the heck out of the Super Bowl. And that's what I plan on doing. So that's why we're doing this kind of rundown episode, kind of a catch-up episode. We usually do that somewhere in the middle, as this is episode 5 anyways. And we'll have more stuff on the other side of this as we continue to plan out our guests and do some real research on the topics we want to talk about with them. This is more just kind of see what's going on in our lives outside of what you see usually. But that's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. And that's why we're doing it like this, because I'm getting ahead of it, getting ahead of the curve.
Yep. It's a Heath Ledger moment right there.
Dropped the hands too much. I opened up.
Yeah,
that thing was going. That was a slice in golf terms. But C&W's actually been a lot more enjoyable thus far than I expected it to be. I've only done 1 story. Deacon's done 2 because I had to run the class the first week because we don't have any upper classmen or former student media leaders in that class. There's a system in place where 2 students, they alternate through. So everyone takes a turn leading the class, and when you lead the class, you essentially don't do a story that week. So I worked on my story that I did publish that came out today. Our stories for week 2 came out today. That was my actual first story that I did, and it was about the golf club and their indoor simulator that they use on campus to practice whenever it's winter out, because it's not fun playing golf in the winter. And also you can't play golf in the winter when there's snow on the ground. You can try, but it's not fun. And you definitely shouldn't use any balls that are they look like this when you're playing in the snow, because I cannot see how that would bode well for anybody.
Yellow foam balls.
Also, your hands might fall off if you hit a bad shot. And if you're like me, all your shots are bad shots. So there's just
listen to that first day back out when you shouldn't be doing good at golf. It's like, wait a minute, I have promise again in my life. And then you just
Oh,
you know, get
guaranteed.
demoralized week after week after that. And
First game back, whenever we have nice weather, I'm gonna play. So in my definition, good golf is just like hitting shots that go semi in the direction of where
like
I
a
want them to go.
112, you know, like a
yeah. Like if I just can hit decent shots consistently, that's good golf. I don't even know what the score is. Just hitting the shots is good golf. First game back, I'll hit some pretty good shots probably, and then I'll go back again a couple days later to play again because I was like, that was a lot of fun. It's like my Instagram feed has been filled with golf videos. My algorithm
just getting hyped.
Got a hold of me. It got a hold of me, and I'm just like, oh, we are T minus like pretty much a month and a half.
Yeah,
I think the clock set back next month, right? They go ahead or set back. We have more time in the day next month. I think.
The Earth spins in some direction that causes that. Maybe I don't know. Is it lunar tides? I don't know.
So golf season's coming up. But anyways, first game back, I'll be okay. Oh,
it's tracking. See, guys, we have new tracking software.
What'd you do? Did you move over here?
I didn't move, man.
Well, then you can see more of my shelf.
Hey guys, look at this. We're doing a shelf tour.
Let's put this thing back.
There you go. It is, dude. It's honed in.
Don't be
honed. Come to me.
It's like recognizing.
Come to me, man.
It's like recognizing my voice as like the one that always uses this camera, and now it wants. Okay, all right. Well, we can adjust. No problem, camera.
We'll work around you.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I was talking about golf, right?
Yes. I'm like awkwardly encroaching in this shot.
Come on, come back.
Me?
All right. No, the camera. Anyways, this is what happens when you've got our guy back here cutting cameras.
They really got to shore up this facility, man. I don't know who's looking at it, but
it's definitely not AI.
It's a bad one.
Anyways, I play good golf first game back. Second game I go play. It's gonna look like I've never played golf before. That's what it's all about. And an indoor simulator is not going to help me with that, but they have one. So if you want and you're interested, join the golf club.
Yeah, use the resources, man.
That's the only story I've done so far. What are you working on for this week's story?
I will be covering the Short Works Festival. I know a couple people that are involved in a really cool student-led play. I don't know if I want to name drop it just yet. I don't know how public. I know it's on certain websites and stuff, but yeah, the student has been working on this for well over a year, and it seems like it is very cool. I've actually gotten to look at the script because one of
you are so smart. You know that?
I've just seen the script before, which is really cool, and I've heard some of the musical numbers in that, and I'm very excited to get more of the footage of that on Thursday. Just go to dress rehearsal and see some of the behind the scenes footage, and everybody is very excited to have me there. Hopefully. So,
what's the hardest part so far? You think
for CMW?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's the audio issues. I don't know what's going on. I've tried 5 different things, but apparently,
for me, it's the camera issues. What is going on here, Mike?
What's going on?
Mike's cutting cameras, and it's terrible.
But, I got to shore up my audio because no matter how good my reporting is, if people don't like the way I'm sounding, it's going to be like nails on chalkboard, and it is going to be hard to retain the information. And
this is incredible.
I've never really had an issue with audio stuff before. My train of thought is just wildly off the wheels. Maybe if it's a train metaphor, simile. I don't know. I'm dying. Guys, oh, look at this! I cut off camera.
Oh no! Don't look over there. My studio's a mess. Why is it following me? I think it's like synced to my face now because this is the camera that I use every single week. Maybe we switch places. Like switch places. Just see what. Look at this guy.
This is so sad. What am I, chopped liver?
Guys.
Let's go. Oh, it's back. I got my second of fame.
This is actually kind of cool that it does this, but it's weird that it likes me more.
But this is wrong. This is like opposite day.
I've got the face for it. The seat's really warm. I'm glad we did this exercise.
Yeah, this is good, man.
I would say for me, from what I've experienced so far, is the hardest thing. I have to just sit still. I'm looking at my garbage now. This might not ever show up. This is gonna be the worst episode we've ever done.
This is hilarious. Guys, we keep it real, all right? Not everyone is always glammed up in terms of personality as well. I'm not saying a physical thing.
Yeah. Hardest part. Getting the footage.
Yeah, getting footage.
It's like,
oh, I have a secondary hard thing. But you keep going.
Yeah, it's just getting footage that's actually going to matter and it's actually going to be good. I think that's the hardest part for sure, because like you never really know. So you just kind of shoot everything and then figure it out as you go. And that's kind of what I've been realizing. So for this next story that I've got coming up, I'm not going to give away too much. I mean, it's not fantastic or anything, but like, because I don't really know exactly what I'm doing with it yet. I'm just gonna get as many like tight and wide angle shots as possible of the work that's being done in the story.
I think I tried to do that in my last one, but not as in depth as I wanted. And apparently, I need more. Apparently, I need more B-roll, and I cut too much of important stuff.
So that's the other hard part. Cutting too much important stuff.
Yeah, I think I had like from what the critiques were in class. I could have focused on more of the toy aspect of the toy store, but I was telling more stories based on the personalities and listening to the stories they were telling. So story, personality, all good, but some of the work involved in that process is good for the visual storytelling. So
yeah, so that's where we're at in student media.
I guess for Observer, I've covered the baseball team as well on there. There is going to be a story coming out this week about, am I allowed to talk about that technically? I don't know.
What?
Am I allowed to talk about stuff that's already being edited? I'm not sure.
Well, this won't come out until Monday, so.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll be good. Well, yeah, by that time you'll be able to read some of the Super Bowl spots and stuff. That'll be coming a couple of days out before the Super Bowl on the 12th, which we are very excited for. And apparently we need to do another. Well, I can't even win this, so I guess we're gonna cut the segment out because I can't win. Prediction.
Yeah, that was gonna be my last topic of discussion. Who do you have?
Why do I have to go first again? Does this keep happening?
Well, I can go first.
Sure.
Hey, check me out.
No.
That's what I got right there.
Oh, does this mean I have to pick the Eagles now?
I mean, you already lost, so you can do it.
I already lost.
We're cutting camp. This is actually fantastic. I didn't know this could happen, so now I can do the whole studio. I'm going with the Chiefs because I rode with Mahomes all year long. I'm a diehard Seahawks fan, as you can tell. But Chiefs, Mahomes, he was my guy in fantasy. So I bought a Chiefs jersey, and now we're back to normal.
This is so weird.
What is going on? So yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. A score. Do we need to give a score?
No, I was actually going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay. I guess man. Oh, I'm going to say 24-20 Chiefs.
24-20. Okay, the way I see it is that if I'm not gonna hedge my bets, but I'm gonna say two scenarios I see highly likely. I think that if Philadelphia wins, they're gonna destroy Kansas City.
Yeah,
I think like destroy as in like a 40-point win. Like I think that's entirely possible if Kansas City doesn't get off to a hot start.
Their defense is good.
And yeah, so this could be a Super Bowl 48 scenario, in my opinion.
But
you can't bet against Mahomes, even though I said you can't bet against Burrow, and most definitely I bet for him, and he didn't hit for me. And I guess we're not going to get into this whole ref thing, but they lost the game, so who cares, honestly? And I wanted Kansas City anyways. So, but I'm going to pick Kansas City in a close game. I don't see any scenario where they blow out Philadelphia. I don't think it's possible. I think the only way they stay is because of Mahomes.
Yeah,
and he's superhuman.
And Kelsey somehow always just being open.
Yeah, I'm going to say 27-23 Kansas City. That's my final prediction. But I honestly would not be surprised.
Both 4-point games, both the same team.
Yeah,
I said 24-20.
Yeah,
because
this is what I had in my head beginning. So
yeah, I don't know.
If Philadelphia wins, it's gonna be like 40-3,
and the city's gonna burn down.
They're gonna go insane.
Yeah, they'll probably win by probably 13. If the Eagles win, they're gonna win by 13 or more. I'll put my bottom line at 13. No.
Are we gonna do Super Bowl MVP or what?
I'm just
gonna say Mahomes.
I'm gonna say Mahomes because I wish I said it back in like November, as jokingly, just because I like what Mahomes from fantasy. I was like, I'm gonna put a bet down right now that Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP. I didn't do it, so
I'm gonna
now that's actually plausible. I'm upset that I didn't do it.
Yeah,
but I say Mahomes. He says Kelsey.
Hey, he'll be the first Super Bowl regular season MVP because there's no way he's not going to get it, and Super Bowl MVP since 1999. So
Mahomes. Yeah.
So
we'll see.
History will be made
Monday whenever this comes out, and we start posting on our Instagram. We'll see who was. Can't really go wrong. I already won. So
yeah, he already won. So. Well, actually, we'll see about our brackets because we still need to post that in there at the end of this one. So
I didn't have a bracket.
Yeah, I have one.
That's the problem. My bracket was all in my head.
Well, I picked Buffalo, San Fran, and San Fran to win, and that clearly did not happen. So that's where we're at.
I see that as a win for me.
Yeah. Oh, guys,
you got anything else to end it off on this midterm?
Midterm. guys, hang in there. It's winter quarter. It's midterms. It is a rough time period, but keep your heads high. Take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. All those facets. We need care, and there's people for you, and there's resources here at Central. So let's make it through this quarter.
I couldn't say it any better myself. I don't think I got anything else to say.
Yep. We will share more stories and get back to you soon with some cool content. And
yeah, we need to do more behind
very
the scenes
nebulous
stuff.
Yeah, you know what? We could be working with Pulse and Dylan and Jacob.
Oh yeah.
No, but I mean like
there's
some promo stuff.
Like
so
specifically, we've been in the talks with some great directors and directors of photography over there at Pulse.
So some comical bits, more stuff. So appreciate you hanging in there, guys, for the I don't know. I wish we had like fan names. Can't just say guys. I know it's a broad term, but what a potties. Hey potties. No. Hey casters. Hey cats. Hey wildcats. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I just said it again, even though I tried not to. Thanks, Wildcats, for listening to the Student Media Podcast. This is our show, so technically I could say this was Deacon Tuttle, and I'm not going to get flack for that. So
CNW does not like that.
Yeah. That's what I got.
That's all I got.
We're just hanging in there.
Hang in there, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode.